6, we're back again. Kristi and Katie, your crime time friends. Stories, justice, laughs collide. True Crime Squad, come join the ride. Grab the clues, let's take a stand. For victims' voices, hand in hand. True Crime Squad, it's time to shine. Season 6, your turn, your time. True Crime Squad, where justice meets hilarity.
Hey everybody, welcome to the True Crime Squad. I'm Kristi Brower, here with my sister, co-host, and partner in crime, Katie Weaver. Hey Katie.
Hello, how's it going?
How's it going?
Well, I'm good. Just making a big furniture swap today. Getting rid of our couch and a chair that I hated and bringing a new couch in later today. And while we were at it, decided to get rid of the bathroom cabinet that I hate. And anyway, Mars is home, so I'm taking advantage of having an extra set of muscles because I can't help do a damn thing like that. Yeah, so lots of moving, changing stuff and things that I've been wanting to do forever. So I'm good. So good.
Well, that's awesome. Sounds very good. Well, if you're in the U.S., Thanksgiving is in 2 days.
It is upon us, yes.
If you haven't taken your turkey out to thaw, I'm going to be worried about you.
This is your reminder.
Sort of last minute reminder at this point. Well, you know, we're having like unseasonably warm and sunny weather, which is weird. Usually by Thanksgiving, we're seeing some snow and a lot of gray skies, and we're really not there yet. So,
yeah,
I'm not complaining because it's not as cold as it normally is about this time. So, I'm all right with that.
It's not bad at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot to get to with you guys today. I have spent my day babysitting and, well, researching my case for today because guys, this stuff with Roblox is real scary, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're gonna in just a minute. But before we get there, Katie has got some creepy crime for us.
Oh, guys. Well, one of these things is not like the other one. One of these things is not the same.
Oh boy, what are we looking at here?
Well, on one hand, we are looking at an Italian lady named Graziella. I'm going to do my best with her last name. Dall'Oglio. The other one is Graziella's 56-ish-year-old son, who is dressing up like her, or has been.
Like specifically like his mother?
Well, yeah, very specifically like his mother. Oh, this is a hell of a case. But I had to bring it to you guys, so sorry about this. But, so, this happened near Mantua, Italy. This man, apparently he's formerly a nurse, but he's been unemployed. He's under investigation right now for a bunch of crimes. Fraud, most specifically claiming a pension illegally, impersonation, forging or misusing identity documents, and concealing a corpse. You can probably see where this is going.
No.
Apparently, Graziella died in 2022. But her son felt like, why report that to the authorities and properly bury her when I could stuff her in the laundry room and continue to collect her benefits?
Oh, no. Are you serious?
So he hid her body in the laundry room where eventually it had became mummified. He has been dressing up as his mother when needed and going to the municipal registry office to renew her identity card. Wig, makeup, lipstick, jewelry, her clothing, the whole 9 yards.
Oh,
he
no.
has been collecting her pension and her late husband's survivor pension and income from 3 properties for about the last 3 years.
Oh my God.
Just by dressing up like mama.
Like her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So the jig was up
That is so
when a
sad.
lady at the pensioners or the municipal office thought that this lady just doesn't look like an 80-some-year-old lady to her, and thought that
Uh-huh.
something just seemed a little bit off. I, yeah. So, yeah, because Graziella would have been 85. She died when she was 82.
Oh
She thought
boy.
this person looked too young, had a much thicker neck and strange wrinkles, a masculine voice or features, and arrived by car, though allegedly Graziella had no driver's license. He drove up there in the car.
Buddy, rookie mistake. What are you
Mm-hmm.
doing?
But he's been pulling this off for 3 years now.
Strange wrinkles. Was he like trying to add them in with makeup and stuff?
I don't know.
Oh
I'm
my
not sure what
God.
that means.
He does have a much thicker neck. Well, I don't know. I guess it depends on the angle you look at, but yeah, he definitely doesn't
Yeah.
look like he's in his 80s.
So investigators started looking into it, and he admitted that, yeah, maybe he's been lying about this and isn't actually Graziella at all. And they searched the home and found the body. So now they are.
Oh my God.
However, they're now doing an autopsy to determine time and cause of death specifically. Uh,
Yeah.
We actually don't know how she died. He's not being investigated currently for her death, just her lack of reporting her death. But that could
Yeah.
change over time too as their investigation goes deeper. But I mean, he was dressing up and going full out in public and passing himself off as her. Can you even?
I cannot. My God, how
Mm-hmm.
depraved can you get that you wouldn't bury your own mother
Yeah,
so that you could exploit her in death for her
yeah.
money? That's just disgusting.
Mm-hmm. Is he using liquid latex for the wrinkles? That's a good idea, or a good question. I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever he did, they were strange, and it's part of what got him caught. Right,
Well, and he
dude, like,
wasn't like he was talking in a masculine voice. Like,
right.
you might want to practice, getting that pitch up there a little bit, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
So hopefully we'll see a report on whether, what the autopsy uncovers. But yeah, this is just a crazy case to me. My goodness.
Oh, it is. God, I hope he didn't kill her.
I know.
That would
Me
just make it
too.
even worse.
Even worse. Yeah. I mean, it's all bad, but my God, man,
It is.
just get a job.
Right. You're in your 50s, buddy. Go get a job. Be a decent human being. Or
Yeah.
I guess, get taken care of by the state now because
Because that's what's
you're
up.
probably going to end up in prison for some of this.
Right? Right. I mean, it's not chump change. It's 56,000 pounds. That's a lot of money.
But that's what the dignity of your mother is worth, buddy.
Yep. Yep.
Like that you couldn't have her buried in. Yikes.
Yep. Super, super horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there you go. Sorry about it. Right here during
Well,
Thanksgiving
thanks.
week and everything. And I'm going to kick it over to you for our main case.
Yes. Friends, we have to talk about the video game Roblox. If you're like me and old and don't have little kids, I didn't even know what Roblox was. I guess it's somewhat similar to Minecraft, but a lot more. It's a lot more wide open. The issue with Roblox is that it is a game platform that allows users to build their own like worlds and things inside the game, and then can share those for other people to play. But I think the biggest red flag that you should here about Roblox is that it doesn't limit age. Anyone can play Roblox, from little kids to full-grown adults. And that is the big problem right there for everyone. That's the underlying problem of the whole thing. But recently, Roblox has become famous for a lot of bad reasons, and that is that it is being used by predators to access children. Because of course it is, because everything.
Because here we are.
That can be used for this purpose is. So Roblox is a massive online game platform. There are millions of games made by other players that include a chat feature and a live voice feature. It's built around user-generated content, social interaction, open chat, and customizable avatars, which make it hugely popular with kids and teens. However, adults play it as well. Anyone can build worlds and talk with other players. So Roblox, although it's a game, it is also functioning a lot like a social media network. It's a structure that creates endless creativity for people to develop their own version. But it has a huge amount of safety risks. And these are really coming to light. They've been coming to light for a few years, but this year specifically, we are seeing some major problems. So let me tell you a little about this. The early warning signs for things being problematic with Roblox started in 2018. So between 2018 and 2021, a dozen adults in the US were arrested for grooming minors they met on Roblox. So these cases involved adults posing as kids. Some were initiating chat in role play games, so kids don't know who they're talking to. And moving conversations to Discord or Snapchat. So this is one of the big problems with the chat, is that they kind of start grooming a kid, talking to them, getting them interested, and then they give them their Snap handle, or they give them their Discord handle and say, hey, let's get off of here and let's just go talk where we can talk privately.
Yeah.
Yikes. Okay. That's a huge, huge problem that is allowed to occur.
Right. And absolutely no one needs to take your child into a private chat room to speak privately. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, never. So around this time, Roblox publicly claims grooming is extremely rare, but they take no structural action. Here's the problem. Roblox has not really been doing anything to prevent these problems. They haven't really, until very recently, because they're being forced to by lawsuits, they're not really like taking a proactive stance in how to be sure to protect children on their platform. They're just saying, it's not that big of a problem. So then in 2022, multiple law enforcement agencies start reporting Roblox-linked child exploitation cases. So cases where an adult groomed a child on Roblox, moved them off Roblox onto Discord or Snapchat or somewhere like that. And parents have started filing civil complaints that minors encountered explicit chat, sexual role play, or predatory adults.
Sure.
So Roblox then increases chat filtering. We're going to filter chats to catch the bad words, right? There are millions and millions and millions and millions of players of Roblox. You think chat filtering can keep up?
No.
So then in 2023, this is when the legal scrutiny really begins with Roblox. Attorneys in several states start tracking Roblox-related grooming incidents. So like state attorneys start tracking this to see like how many of these cases are happening. Media outlets start highlighting adult predators who are using avatars to hide their age. And Roblox quietly expands their moderation team.
Yikes.
Quietly. And not like a big campaign like, hey, we're going to ensure the safety of your children on our platform. No, they just quietly start doing more moderation. But again, we're talking about millions and millions of users here. How can it even be possible to monitor that much?
It's not.
So then in 2024 comes a spike in documented cases. So in early 2024, reports emerged that predators contacted children in hangout-style games. These games are set up in bedrooms, houses, or date role-play servers. Things that are clearly set up for adults, but that children have access to.
Oh.
So Roblox bans a few high-profile users that created sexualized games. Like, oh, we're going to get rid of these guys because they're the bad guys. Except they're just at the top of the terrible person pile. Predators just continue migrating to new ones, you know. Okay, well, you don't like that. I'll make different games. I'll use a different username, you know, that kind of thing. So in late 2024, investigators revealed that many victims are under 12 and met their abusers via Roblox chat before being moved off a platform. Under 12 years old. So their response, they start testing content maturity labels. Like, what? Like, they're so far behind everything, Roblox. Yeah. Like, they start testing these labels for minimal, mild, moderate, etc. for adult content. And, I mean, you know, do you think that if you just label something adult that kids won't go in if they're allowed in?
Right.
Because there's no age verification at this point. There's nothing to confirm. There's no parental controls. There's none of this shit that there should be. Okay?
Way more. Yeah.
And then we get to 2025 and things are really, really rolling now. So between February and May of 2025, multiple families filed lawsuits alleging Roblox enabled grooming. They're not just not stopping it, but they are allowing their platform to be a safe place for grooming. Researchers at this point identify over 24 arrests since 2018 tied directly to Roblox predator activity. Which, come on, 24 arrests? How many kids have been groomed on Roblox that have never been reported? Those are just reported cases and cases that are linked back to Roblox accounts. I mean, it is so much bigger than that. We all know it is. You know how this stuff goes. The vast majority of it happens in secrecy.
Absolutely, of course.
So Roblox's response was they started rolling out AI age estimation and ID verification for higher risk features. So they've got this AI that supposedly can read your face and determine how old you are. Is it fallible? Yes.
Totally. Yeah.
Could you stick a 9-year-old in front of your camera and get verified at 9 and then go play as an adult? Yeah, unfortunately. Like, it's not great. August of 2025, there were 3 major cases that hit the national news. One in North Carolina, where a 10-year-old girl offers Robux. So Robux are like dollars that you can spend within the game. And this is one of the problems that they're finding. A predator offered this young girl, 10 years old, some Robux for, guess what? Explicit photos of herself.
Oh.
Also had received some explicit content from the predator.
Oh my God.
When her parents figured it out, they filed a lawsuit against Roblox. 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 Got it. So they sue in North Carolina. Then in New York, a 12-year-old girl, they report was being groomed via Roblox, and there were explicit images sent to her over the Roblox chat. Then in Charleston, South Carolina, an 11-year-old predator meets child on Roblox, moves to Discord, and then there's exploitation alleged.
Oh, God.
So some states are looking at actual legislation at this point, because not enough is happening. So Roblox's response so far is they announce age-segregated communication. So this kills me. Under 13 users will not access open social spaces. Well, 13 is still a child.
Right.
So they don't do 18 and under, they do 13 and under, which still leaves a very vulnerable group of children wide open.
And probably a pretty wide user base, too.
Yes, absolutely. They begin restricting access to role play rooms with bedrooms, private spaces, or adult themes. But again, we are talking about millions of user-generated content out there for them to, police. And since they haven't been clear up to here, can you imagine what a task it is to start now? So then in August of this year, the Louisiana Attorney General files lawsuit accusing Roblox of enabling predators to thrive. And other states are now preparing similar action against Roblox because, yeah, that's exactly what's happening. They're not just not protecting, they are enabling. So Roblox's response, they release a very defensive statement. They add more parental controls like spending limits, view history, and the ability to block individual experiences, but that requires parents to go in and do it and to know how and to know they can. And they begin purging unrated or unverified games from minors' access. But again, begin purging from millions of user-generated content. Then in November, an Ohio mother files a lawsuit claiming that her son, who was 11 at the time, was groomed, coerced, and threatened by a predator on the platform. Roblox's response was announcing the removal of under 13 access to certain experiences, adds more automated detection for sexual language and adult-to-child chat patterns. The problem is that all of Roblox's response has been reactionary. There's been no proactive work done. They add something every time someone's like, hey, guess what? They did it this way or this way. Yeah. They are not coming at this from okay, we have to protect our child users. It's we're going to respond because we're getting sued or we're getting, talked bad about in the media. But guys, this is horrific. I felt like this is a really important time to talk about it because if you are a parent or a grandparent who has a child in your life who uses Roblox, you should be listening to this information.
Yeah.
So there's a real pattern with Roblox. So grooming cases spike, lawsuits pile up, then Roblox reacts.
Yeah.
Major policy changes only occur after state-level investigations began. So the biggest risks that the Roblox platform has is the open chat, the ability to deceive the age AI thing. There are private role play games that kids can get into where they're in there with adults. And then, of course, off-platform migration like Discord and Snapchat. They can't police Discord and Snapchat, but they could disallow anything that looks like a username. You know what I mean? They could disallow links in their chats. There are a lot of things that they could do to at least be trying. But at this point, they are so far behind on what is happening that if I had a kid this age, I would pull them off Roblox and get rid of it for sure.
I would just not allow it at all. Yep, agreed. It is not worth this.
It's not. And honestly, why does anybody want to give Roblox money when they are not proactively dealing with this problem and ensuring the safety of children on their platform.
Right.
Why? Why would you want to give them your money? And I get it. Kids love Roblox. Everybody wants to play Roblox. Like, it's a big thing in kids. But kids can't tell the difference between safe adults and unsafe adults. And they can't tell the difference between a child or an adult posing as a child. They just can't.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It's a scary, scary thing. And there's a lot of exploitation of children occurring. And I mean, once you get a child off from the platform and onto Snapchat or Discord, I mean, in-person contact can occur.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All kinds of terrible things can happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thick and thin of it. And how many kids have we seen disappear that we learned, they met some predator online. And then we all go, how are they finding these kids? Well, friends,
in kids' places that are not being protected. That's where.
Yep. Well, because honestly, at the end of the day, is the internet safe for kids? Just the whole internet? No.
Never has been, and gets more dangerous all the time.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is that this comes down to parents.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of pressure from kids to be able to do this stuff and play these games. And if you're not a tech savvy parent and a parent who goes through the game and checks for the parental controls and, sets everything up and stuff. And I think there's also an assumption that, lots of kids play this game. It's a game for kids.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's, it's easy to fall into that, they'd be doing stuff to make sure kids are safe.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
they're not.
That was said about TikTok when it first came to be. There's just an app for kids to dance and stuff on, right? And it was never that, really, and it's way bigger than that now. But yeah, Minecraft is pretty much the same. Yep.
Wow. Maureen says, I do visitation, and one little girl, she was 3. She spent an entire 4 hours visiting her dad on Roblox.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yep.
Maureen also says Minecraft was for adults until kids were involved. And then they kind of supposedly made it, for younger children, rolling my eyes. And I know that Minecraft has had similar problems, but not as badly as Roblox.
No.
I agree, Joelle, that it's crazy that it's not taken more seriously, but I think genuinely parents just don't know.
I do too. Yep.
Don't realize that these games are not set up to protect kids.
No.
They're the opposite of that. And just wide open access to anybody who's on these games means wide open access to anyone else who's on the internet.
Yep. Kristi wanted to know what you said county, but I'm guessing you meant country. It's a U.S. company out of California.
Yeah. I mean, the feds could get involved.
Mm-hmm.
The problem being is that the access is already there. The problem is massive and already exists. And Roblox is just reacting. They are not really like overhauling their entire system, which is what needs to happen in order to protect children. But that's not what's happening.
No.
Joelle says you have to teach your kids to use it and make sure they know how to keep themselves safe. Yeah. Right. But they don't think with the same brains that adults do. And so they don't know if someone is an adult or a child. They don't know if it's a safe situation or not. And kids are curious about things and will go into rooms and see things that you would not want your child seeing.
Right. Well, because the people that are showing up in these rooms and trying to exploit kids, most of them are pretty freaking smart. Most of them are great manipulators. They will convince kids of things that you would think even a smart kid that had been trained to know better might fall for.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they're going in there for a purpose. you know?
Mm-hmm.
They're going in there for a reason.
Yeah.
Right, Kristi, that's exactly it. Kids can know all the things they're supposed to do in the moment, but then there's the applying it in the
Mm-hmm.
moment. And that's the truth of it.
Yep.
Right. That's why you have to be with them while they're learning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Um
Yep.
and it's true that there's a lot of just sitting kids in front of technology and,
Mm-hmm.
you know, headed off doing your own thing, and you just can't
Mm-hmm.
do it.
No.
That is a
No.
guarantee that your child is exposed to predators. It
Mm-hmm.
just is.
Indeed.
Scary thing. So please share the word when it comes to this Roblox stuff, and be sure that you're securing the situation for your own kids and spreading this to other parents who may not know what the problems are that exist with Roblox. And yes, somebody
Mm-hmm.
said that Minecraft is pretty much the same, and right, they've definitely got their problems too. And I mean, as adults, we've got to be aware of this stuff and hold companies like Roblox accountable.
Absolutely. Yes.
And, you know, now state governments are looking to hold them accountable, and maybe that'll lead to federal government holding them accountable. I don't know. The bottom line is, as a company, they don't really care. If they did, these systems would have been in place when Roblox began, not now that there are millions and millions of users of Roblox and then they're trying to play cleanup.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care.
No.
So why give a company like that your money?
Yeah.
Because when it comes right down to it, it's not the kids paying for this stuff.
No.
It's parents.
Yep.
Bethy says, my grandson is forbidden to play Roblox because of adult creepers.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that that's really the only choice.
Yeah.
To ensure the safety of your children.
Mm-hmm.
So we will
Okay.
update you. I'm very curious to see what happens with some of these lawsuits that are filed by state attorney generals, and see if these result in some legislative changes that might help to protect kids. But as always, parents, it's on you.
Yeah.
Make sure that your children are safe. And with that, Katie, I know you have some WTF news for us.
Okay. Well, obviously, this story caught my attention because I raised two collegiate athletes, and
Right.
this happened at a college. Very unfortunate situation. This boy's name is Daniel Israel Mincy. He's 20 years old. He is an offensive lineman, or was, for the UAB Blazers. That's the University of Alabama at Birmingham. Apparently, he transferred there from the Kentucky Wildcats earlier this year. Unfortunately, on Saturday morning, November 22nd, at UAB's football operations building on campus, as they were getting ready for a game later in the day, Mincy stabbed two of his teammates, defensive lineman Lasire Peterson and Joshua Underwood, with a knife. Attacked them both and stabbed them. Thank God both of them lived. Absolutely terrifying. They're both going to be okay. Believe it or not, UAB went ahead and played that scheduled game. They got their asses kicked, and some players chose not to play because they were so shaken up by what happened. And now this kid is in jail, and he is charged with attempted murder and assault. There's a lot we don't know. We don't know what led to the assault. Was there a fight or a conflict? We don't know. He's been removed from the online roster. I'm sure he's been dismissed from the team. There's no way he could be allowed to stay after that. We also don't know if there might be some civil charges coming and things like that. I would imagine his football career is over completely at this point. I mean, besides the fact that he's facing a bunch of charges, I can't imagine there's a team in the world that will take him.
He was a redshirt on this team to begin with.
I think he was a redshirt on his last team.
Oh.
He transferred here from another team. I think he was a redshirt on his last team. Yeah.
It's wild that they played the game.
I think it's shocking. Agreed. Yeah. And the fact that some players chose not to play should tell you everything.
Right?
But
I read that it was their last home game, and it was the game where they were honoring their seniors.
It was senior night, yeah.
Yeah, so they were really torn
So in other
about
words,
it.
all the parents were in town. Yeah.
Yeah, but still, gosh, I would think.
Yeah.
That's
The
really sad.
coach did say they have an interim head coach also, which also tells you a lot about what's going on their team. Because when you have an interim head coach that's, has to be appointed partway through the season, that typically means that things haven't been good. The interim head coach did say that the 2 men that were stabbed are out of the hospital and recovering, and that players have been offered counseling and opportunities to step away from practice if needed. I have so many thoughts about this. The first of which being many teams, and I can't tell you this team for sure because I just don't know, but my experience is that lots of teams tend to play these kids against each other to try to draw the best out of them. And while you'll probably walk away from college football with some of your best friends, you will also walk away from college football with some of your worst enemies. And this is why. Because they do play them against each other to try and draw the best out of them so they get the best players on the field. But you also have to know that most teams will recruit and allow around 100 players on their team. That will whittle down throughout the season because kids get there and then for whatever reason, either they're just not playing and they're unhappy, or school is too rigorous, or they're just too homesick, or they get hurt. Lots of reasons that number will start whittling down.
Sure.
When my son started at his school, they recruited 45 freshmen that year. When he started, there were over 100, there was 100 and I think 20 kids on the team.
My God.
For summer camp. By the time summer camp was over and the season was ready to start, they'd already lost over 20. By the time the season ended, they had lost something like 25 more.
Wow.
He played for 3 years and then his body timed out on him and he was done. And at that point, there were 2 upperclassmen, him and one other kid that would have been seniors the following year.
Oh my gosh.
From that entire 45-man recruiting staff, or 45 men recruited for that freshman's team. Now, this was during COVID, so that played a factor for sure. It also was a very academically rigorous school, and that played a factor as well.
Sure.
But so did the competitiveness, the toxicity, the way these teams that have so many players on them, there's only so many coaches to go around. There's only so much visibility these kids have.
Sure.
And we move them onto these teams from all over the place without really their families to keep an eye on them. Maybe they're, a no name on the team that doesn't play, doesn't start, doesn't even practice much, and nobody's keeping an eye on their mental health or what's going on with them. I don't know what happened with this kid, but I'm not terribly surprised to see something like this happen. Frankly, I'm kind of surprised more things like this don't happen. Just because of the way, a lot of times the upperclassmen are allowed to bully the younger kids, but also B, the way the players tend to be pitted against each other to try to make them compete. When you hear about teams and their culture, what you're really hearing about is how do we encourage these kids to treat each other? How do we allow them to treat each other? And for the few teams that you see that might have a great culture, there's a ton of them out there that don't. And the fact that this team has an interim coach, the fact that this team has obviously had some chaos, and now they've had a stabbing, gives me great pause to wonder what in the hell is going on this team.
Yeah. Good points.
And then there's always a crazy thought that it had nothing to do with football at all. You know? But I think it's sad. I think it's scary. I'm sad for this kid because I don't know what happened with him. But I know that his future is super fucked now.
Yeah.
Because of a really, really bad decision. And of course, I'm terribly sad for the kids who got stabbed. Is this going to end their football careers? Is this going to change their lives for good? We don't know that, but it certainly could. And that's really sad too. This is just really disquieting, I think, and really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bethy said these sports take too much out of young bodies. Yeah, they do. They do.
And young minds.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a head game.
Yeah. Yep. Such a head game. Well, yeah. One bad practice could put you on the bench for the rest of the season. One mistake on the field could put you on the bench for the rest of the season. When they have this many players, there's always somebody behind you that's better than you or that could be. It's incredibly intense and challenging. Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention the younger and younger kids we're seeing emerge with CTE type symptoms.
Yeah.
That, Now this kid was an offensive lineman. He probably wasn't taking the hits that you see like in receivers and running backs that get hit over and over again that have more of that kind of symptom. But at the same time, we don't know what he played in high school,
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, I just think it's really sad. We'll keep an eye on this one too, but I hope everybody's okay, and I hope whatever this team is struggling with can get a whole lot better.
Yeah, absolutely.
For all of the players on the team. Can you imagine having another kid on this team right now?
No.
How awful
That's
this
scary.
is for all of them? Yeah.
Particularly because we don't know why this happened.
Right. Right.
Is anyone else involved? There's questions.
Definitely that. Yeah. Yep. Well, what a sad way to cap the season.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Rotten.
So there you go. That's what I've got.
All righty. Well, that's everything we've got for you today. We only have one show left before Thanksgiving because Thursday, if you're here in the United States, is Thanksgiving. So we have tomorrow night case updates at 6 p.m. Mountain, and then we will be off for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
So that we can, go have some fun. We're going to have Thanksgiving. Then on Friday or Saturday is our cookie day. It's also my birthday.
Yeah.
So
Black
we're gonna
Friday
have some fun.
shopping. Yeah.
I don't know. We got all of that. Yeah.
All the things.
We will be back then after that on Monday, and we'll probably have lots to tell you about everything we did over the weekend.
Yeah.
So take good care of yourselves. Get ready for Thanksgiving if that's a thing you do. And if it's not, that's cool too. You don't have to. Certainly.
Come say hi in Discord.
Yeah.
If you get missing true crime over the weekend, come over to Discord and say hello. There's always a good conversation happening. Yeah.
Yep, there is. There's always a good conversation happening. All righty. Well, you know it. We are the True Crime Squad. Thanks for being here.
Take care.
Season 6, we're back again. Kristi and Katie, your crime time friends. Stories, justice, laughs collide. True Crime Squad, come join the ride. Grab the clues, let's take a stand. For victims' voices, hand in hand. True Crime Squad, it's time to shine. Season 6, your turn, your time. True Crime Squad, where justice meets hilarity.